Getting the platinum Crash Bandicoot 4 has to qualify as one of the 7 deadly sins. But aside of that point, after playing every single game in the franchise, I can tell you this is the best game. And to understand this, you gotta keep in mind 2 things. Every Crash game has something that will make your experience a little sharing. Some mechanic, level, bugs. There is not a single Crash game that is nearly perfect. And at this point is something that the fandom will understand more, but the only time we started getting out the replay value of these games is on that time frame when we stopped getting new ones, cause they used to release so often that we didn't even have time to think about replaying them. So even if I prefer games that I can replay often, it's not really a flaw if the game doesn't take into account to be replayed or not. That being said, what is bad game design of this game is how unreactive some TNTs are. It's something very specific, but I just wanna point it out cause it will ruin your experience if you want to complete it 100%. There is a challenge on every level that requires you to not lose a certain amount of times, right? And some TNTs are hidden under packs of crates. What ends up happening is that 90% of the time, effectively, you will just hit all the crates, including the TNT, and you will lose. That is unfair and unintuitive. But it's not enough for me to not love it. This game has everything I like. It's colorful, the level design is a masterclass in variety and pacing, it's challenging but smooth overall, it's full of characters, gimmicks, costumes and content. Now let's talk about what actually pushes a lot of Crash fans away, and weirdly enough, not me. To fully complete the game, every level hits you with a checklist of brutal challenges. On top of that, time trials on every level. And if that wasn't enough pain, there is an entire second playthrough with Instagram filters on top of it. Very unnecessary, that last thing, if you ask me, to be honest. But here's the thing, I'm not the kind of guy who has to 100% every game. After dealing with 200 fails on the final level, no skill issue, believe me, you gotta be there to get it, I just stick with unlocking the costumes I want. Back game, when the game dropped, I would have agreed with everyone saying it's too punishing, but over time I just keep coming back to it. And if you keep coming back to these videos, consider dropping a like and subscribing. Visually, it's my favorite Crash game. The mass mechanics have grown on me. The costumes are genuinely fun to unlock. Sometimes I even start a whole new save just for the fun of it. Now, I do appreciate the quality of life stuff in the remake trilogy, but I'm also pretty bored out of those 3 games after more than 20 years. And the art style, never really like it that much. As for the mid-Crash games between the PlayStation 1 and the remakes, I don't hate them, but man, as years pass by, the more sharing the experience with them becomes. In fact, I can even argue that the remakes ruined the experience for me, for almost every older Crash video game, to be honest. Crash 4 gets praise and criticism in equal measure. Even I can't pretend the complaints are valid, but for me, they are just not deal breakers. I still come back to this game almost every year, and honestly, not many games earn that kind of replay value. It's frustrating, but never feels soulless, something that is rare to find nowadays. And there is also a mod that makes the experience way more casual friendly and less punishing, but the more I play with it, I feel like it kinda ruins the balance of the game actually. The experience is certainly intended to be hard, and a lot of the times with the mod feels way too easy. Anyhow, I hope you all liked this video, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.